Hello, and thank you for coming back and listening to our show. I'm your host today, Sam Culver, and I'm here with Nikash. And today we have a very special opportunity. Nikash, why don't you go ahead and tell them what it is?
They're both collegiate athletes. One plays soccer at Linfield University. The other one's actually an offensive lineman at Oregon University. So we'll get the chance to chat with them, talk about how COVID's affected their season and affected sports in general. So we're excited.
Okay, hello and welcome to the show. Today I'm joined with Nikash and Oregon football offensive lineman Cole Young. Cole's a sophomore from Bellevue, Washington. We went to high school very near each other. Cole, why don't you go ahead and tell me what it's like being an Oregon football player this season for you? How is it differed since last season?
Well, I would say that this year is definitely a lot of twists and turns. I think that from last year, I think there was a consistency, there was a pace, and we knew what was expecting. With this year, and I also think especially with the college football season, there's a lot of twists and turns. I mean, you get your season canceled, and then after that, you got to go and have another season. So it's unexpectancy, but you just got to be prepared for it.
Yeah, it's interesting. You're in the Pac-12, and the Pac-12 started the latest out of any conference. So just like with that, how is that knowing that you're going to be able to play football again?
It was definitely weird. I think it was weird in the sense of how it got canceled and then it just reappeared. But I think what's nice too is that we have a certain process and we go through that every single time. And I think that process has definitely helped us for sure.
That's awesome. I think that over the past 2 or 3 years, Oregon's culture has definitely really changed from what they were prior to the Chip Kelly area versus now. So I think it's really cool to see even these Pac-12 teams, even though they were joining the season late, they're still able to get in the full swing of things. Cole, I also just wanted to ask you, how are the games with no fans this year? How different is it playing in Oregon's home stadium with no fans screaming at you?
It's definitely strange. It's definitely strange to say the least. I think it's strange the fact that I'm just so used to hearing fans and so used to hearing people just screaming, and now it's interesting. I can hear the opposite side and I can hear what they're saying, so it's very, in that sense, it's important for sure.
Okay. Well, perfect. Thank you so much for coming on our show today and interviewing.
Today we have a Linfield Soccer Player, Harrison Davis. Thank you, Harrison, for joining us today.
Yep, of course. Glad to be here.
Yeah, so with COVID affecting obviously your soccer schedule and everything, what's the current status on your game schedule?
Right now, it's all kind of being played by ear, but we're scheduled to have our first game the first week of February, and we're going to be playing it like a tournament style. So we're going to play each team in our conference once, as many games as we can play with COVID, and then once we have who's the top team and 1 through 10, they're going to break it down into a tournament style and see who's the winner from there.
How is it practicing knowing that you don't have any games to really prep for in the upcoming weeks until February?
What my team's looking at it right now is just we're having more time to really bond with the new freshmen that we have. It's before we'd only have a month to really get to know everyone's playing style with the new group of recruits. But with this much time, we're really able to see what our strengths and weaknesses really are. And we're able to take little baby steps and improve throughout all of this pre-season that we have. And honestly, we're practicing as much as we can and hoping that season will pull through.
Can you talk about a little bit about last season and the experience you went through being a freshman playing at a collegiate level?
So My experience was a little bit different, but I did play the first 2 months of season. So I did all of preseason. And the day before our first season game, I got a really bad concussion. And it was my fourth one. So it was really bad. And it put me out for the rest of the season. And I was able to medically redshirt.
Oh, that's
for it.
awesome. That's awesome.
Thank God you were able to do that.
Awesome. Well, I hope season does get started for you soon. I know you were bummed about it getting canceled this semester, but
Yeah.
you know.
It's all good. I'm just excited for this season to come around, and practicing a lot more than we had been before is really getting us all pumped.
Awesome. That's great to hear. I think that's all the questions we have, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep, that's everything.